Welcome everybody to part 2 of Archtypes. Sorry about that little delay there, but we're running out of time. Going down further into the list, where we left off, we talked about spellbook. Now we start getting into abilities, and you'll see there's actually like 5 sections of abilities here. Limited archetype marked abilities, allow additional custom abilities. We'll just click on this. Again, you see all these classes in here, so it can allow the abilities from that class. You can also remove these abilities if they're already on one. A good way of doing a lot of these things is to copy an existing archetype, or really for anything, an existing one of whatever you're trying to do, and then modify it, because that way it's close to it. Already has probably a lot of the stuff that you're doing. I'll modify the count, so if you want to be able to have more abilities in here. Now what these are, you see that there's custom abilities, there's secondary, tritary, quaternary, quintrary, and it keeps going. There's quite a few. Now what those are, we go over here and look at our paladins, and this is where they will show up. So you can see here how many sections we have. We have 1 section. These are the mercies. We have the divine bond, which is 2. We have a variant channeling, which is 3. Then we have his normal abilities, which are 4. So there's 4 sections there. The system does allow you to have up to 5. So it all depends on your class, on what you're doing, and your archetype. But as you can see, there's a lot of different sections that it can go to. Rangers have the same thing. Rangers have a favored terrain, favored enemy. You'll see it's just all this stuff, the different sections that are here, and these are the things that control what's allowed or not allowed within those sections. Again, not going to go into too much on what these are, because it all depends on how you want to set things up. So it's a little rough to say, oh, this is how you want to do it. Then that's not really what you want to do. Going down a little further, after we're done with all of our abilities, we have modified here our favored enemy count. So again, if we're doing like a ranger and we want to get a favored enemy every level, we would just add them in here. Something to note for this, in case you didn't know, a little bit of a side note here. If you notice, they go from row 0 to 19. This is level 1. Level 2, level 3, level 4, up to level 20. Computers start numbering at 0, which is why they have it in here. I kind of wish that Hero Lab had modified this a bit so you know what it is, but you see this table all the time on a lot of different things. So just know that we're talking about level 1 here, level 2, level 3. It's 1 level higher than what it looks like it is, just because it's starting at 0. But that's all that is. Here, like I said, we can remove favored. We have favorite enemies. Again, the same thing as the favorite terrain. Same thing. And we can remove them if we're doing a ranger and we're saying, okay, he has to give up favored enemies in order to get run feat or something. Then that's what we would do there. Miscellaneous, modify extra magic / power. Again, this is what level you want that to occur on. So what you do, you would just put like a number there. So if we wanted it to occur every level, you would actually count up like that and just do whatever. Do it just like that. Just cancel out of here. New companion. So if you have minions or companion, something like that. Again, ranger has the it can have an animal companion based on what they do. Druids, also summoners, for eidolons, familiars. Really, any type of minion is going to be in here. So maybe there's a new type, whether it's a companion, a familiar, an eidolon. So you choose what it is. Minion restrictions. Okay, so you can tell it what it is here. Minion allowances. Again, not much there because there's not much in there for it. But if you wanted to add something extra in there, you want to replace the minion restrictions, you would click here if you want whatever you're adding in here to override. So let's say this prestige class, instead of, let's assume that it's a ranger, instead of an animal companion, you want it to have an eidolon. And then I would just choose eidolon in here, and then replace the restrictions, and he gets an eidolon now rather than his animal companion. So that's how to do that. Let me just put those back. I told you that message would be annoying. Arcane Familiar at level. A wizard would have this at level 1, but again, if we're doing an archetype, maybe we're saying he's got to get to level 4 for whatever happens. So we have a familiar, we have the 3 that are listed here. So if it's companion, we would say here what level they could get it at. If it's nylon, what level they get it at. That sort of thing. And if we're adjusting the minion level, like it's listing here, you know, the ranger is a -3 of what the druid is, that sort of thing. So if it's different than just every level, we can put it in there. And here's just a few more things that are added. Minion at a half level. Advances at half the normal rate of the character. That sort of thing. So you can play around with that and see how it is. Additional minion power, if you want to make the minion that they get a little rougher, you can add in there. Now we get into just some general information, and you'll see these same things on pretty much every one of these tabs that's up here. Not all, but pretty much every one. And what they're doing, special grouping, are to be honest, you're probably not going to mess with these. But if you do like a special grouping, is they can only have this, let's say, advanced firearm. It doesn't make a lot of sense for this one, but it depends on what you're doing. If this is not allowed for Pathfinder Society characters, which is the official Paizo sort of thing, you would click here. So if you're running a game, let's say you go to a convention and they say, okay, you have to make up a character that's, you know, the Pathfinder Society only, it wouldn't show up as that, as being an option, because it's custom made stuff. Product identity for, see if we're saying if it's Paizo or a new tag. Really what you're going to be looking for, or anything down here, is source. And you'll see here that the only thing that's selected is Advanced Player's Guide. That's where the Warrior of the Holy Light is out of. That's where that archetype is out of. And you can see these are all the books that are available, all the add-ons. If you're creating your own, you would just click New Source, and there's a table that comes up, and you can create your own. I would recommend keeping a lot of things that you create yourself in your own source, and call it like home rules or something like that. And I'll do another video showing you how to do that, because I've had to do that for my Dragonstar stuff. But that's what I would do, just to keep it separate from anything else, because if you add it, let's say if you left it as Advanced Player's Guide, anytime you use the Advanced Player's Guide, it's going to show up. This new archetype that you've created is going to show up, and it's going to be house rules, and you're not really going to know where it came from per se, and it's just going to cause some confusion later down the road. So try to keep things as broken up as you can, as organized. So that's pretty much it for the list of things, and I know that's just a brief overview of what things are. Oops, sorry about that. Does that sometimes, it kind of grabs control. If you notice over on the right, there's all the normal tags that are here. There aren't a lot of things used for like prereqs. There's no prereqs for this archetype. You can use it kind of right off. The tags and bootstraps are just things that are already in there, like we're replacing the Aura of Faith, we're appending in parenthesis the name of this, and we've removed spellcasting. Those are just, and they're automatically created by the system. Bootstrapping, these are also automatically created, but these are the various things that we're doing, like the Power of Light. And that's tag 4, this is tag 8. What that is saying is the level that is coming up on. I wonder if we can show you, okay. Here is how you can see that, and I think I went over this in the last video, but we'll look at it a little harder. If you see this is like Power Light 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got 8 of them here. The reason being is that they happen at different levels. See, this gains at the level 4, 8, 12, 16. It just keeps going on. At that level, this is when they gain that ability. And you'll see the tag looks the same as what we're looking at under the bootstrap. And this is a way of determining what level to add this to. So this one is going to happen at level 4. That's all that's saying. And that means when my paladin gets to level 4, this will occur. Like right now he's level 14. So by looking at this, when I get to level 16, I'll get this. I have these 3, and in 2 more levels I'll pick this one up because it's saying that it occurs at level 16. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got 14 here. So at 16 I'll pick up my next one, but I just got this one. This is Shining Light. So, a little different. I made that mistake. Sorry about that, guys. So I wonder why I didn't quite go right. So that's pretty much it. If you have questions or anything, please let me know, and I will be happy to help. And again, with the scripting, I'm not going to go into the scripting with this because it's so varied and it's so dependent on what you're trying to do with the class, but you might be very surprised at what you can do just with the panels. And with that, I think I'll let you go. So thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.